In the aftermath, an assistant attorney general said, quote, "If so-called medical professionals are going to behave like drug dealers, we're going to treat them like drug dealers." Now, law enforcement agencies across the Tennessee Valley are doing their part to stop the number of overdose deaths, and the GBI tells our Claudia Coco these efforts are beginning to pay off in Georgia.
We see opioids on a daily basis, and it's a huge problem.
Mitchell Posey is an inspector for the GBI.
We're putting a lot of focus on overdose deaths, and we're working them backwards to the actual drug dealer.
He says an overdose is an indicator that there's a problem area, so that's when they start working backwards.
We can't have that same dealer then turn into 5 bodies, 10 bodies, because that's something that you just can't ignore.
And that's where Deneen Kilcrease comes in. She is the chemistry section manager.
One of the most important things I do as chemistry section manager is to monitor the drug trends throughout the state,
which is a monumental task.
So we test about 40,000 drug cases annually. Our top drug is methamphetamine, followed by cocaine, and then in the third position are the opioids collective.
She says it's not more prevalent in one county to the next, it's a statewide problem.
I then have a master list of all of those results that I can tabulate, and I can track when we do have an outbreak of something in our state.
And when those cases come through their lab, sometimes the drugs are so dangerous, even opening the bag they're contained in has risks.
So the first case that we're looking at here is particularly deadly. It contains carfentanil, it contains heroin, it contains morphine, among other things.
But Posey says the danger is part of the appeal for some users.
User A overdoses, and user B sees that. User B is going to say to themselves, well, I have a higher tolerance level. What I've been using has not been giving me the desired effects, so I'm going to go to user A's drug dealer because I'm not going to overdose, or I'll be more careful than user A was.
But he says it's not just habitual users that are in danger. Someone just wanting to experiment is just as much at risk.
In that one experiment, they don't have the opportunity to wake up the next day and say, okay, that was a bad idea. I'm never going to do that again. Because they die.
But he says by working backwards, they're seeing progress in the fight against opioids. Preliminary numbers show that overdose deaths in Georgia dropped by 12% from 2017 to 2018, falling from 996 to 873. And even if something doesn't result in arrest, the dealers know they're on the GBI's radar.
They at least are put on notice that we're there, we know about them, and at a minimum, it hopefully deters them.
And one of the tools police agencies are using to decrease the